Gotta break out the computer on this bad boy. Yeah. So big breaking news because we had lives and didn't cover it, my friend. But it's still relevant.
I mean, speak for yourself, but okay.
Noted. They announced, because everyone loved the mid-console refresh of last generation, you can, of course, name those consoles like the back of your hand. Exactly my point.
PS4 Pro.
Yup.
Xbox One S.
That was one of them, yeah.
All right, guy. I'll take it.
That was the weaker one, yeah.
I'll take it.
It was the One X.
One X.
Yep.
It's close.
I know. It's okay. So, of course, because investors said it was a good idea, Sony decided to go ahead and announce the PS5 Pro with, I would put all the specs on the screen, but there's a huge issue, and it's that it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, there's like...
It's useless, man.
It's 100%
It's useless.
Worthless.
I have looked hard at the gameplay comparisons, and I cannot, for the life of me, see any differences whatsoever.
And if I do, 9 times out of 10, I go, oh, that does look better. And then I look down and it says native PS5 version. And I go, huh?
Oops.
Because they made the shadows and the lighting engines just look worse. Also, you can see one Venom symbiote pixel better.
Oh, 1 pixel? That really justifies the $700 price tag.
You stupid peon. You wish it was $700. That's $700 starting cost.
Oh, of course, I'm sorry. The disk drive is extra. My bad.
And the stand for it is extra.
I missed that part, but okay.
The stand to make it go upright that you see in all the advertisements is not going to be included, so you have to pay for it.
Okay, but you know what? That one I'm not going to justify it, but I can see that being the case because I haven't seen this thing in person, obviously. Yeah. It's not out yet. But I have seen the base PS5 because I have one. That thing's big, man.
Yeah.
You know, I realize how much space it takes up if you stand it up like that. It's a lot of space.
It's big.
It's a lot of space.
So the counterpoint would be, don't advertise it with it standing up.
True.
Have you ever seen a PlayStation 5 advertisement where it's on its side?
No.
Exactly.
No.
But don't worry, this PS5 Pro, I didn't see a single picture of it on its side, but I did see in every single thing. But by the way, if you want to stand it up like in the ad, you have to pay for the stand.
Which is insane because the stand was included on the base console.
A small hunk of plastic.
Yes.
Wait.
It's like a little round plastic plate with 2 hooks. That you know those you can buy those like controller holders. It's basically that, but for the console. That's what it is.
So, a cheap piece of plastic and the disk drive to play the game. So now we're looking to $800.
Insane. That is insane.
And the upgrades only apply to a select few titles.
What?
It's not for all of them. The Pro enhancements aren't for everything natively. It's like, yeah, if you put in, let's just say, I don't really care, but like you put in a copy of Borderlands 3 for the, you know, or like any other PS5 game, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to load faster. It's going to have better frame rate. But for the Pro enhancements, it's a select number of games. One of which being The Last of Us Part 1. You know, the game from a decade ago.
How much more could you possibly remaster that game? How much more?
We really needed a 10-year-old game to be like 8K with ray tracing, Ray-Ban sunglasses or whatever that thing's called, and like 60 frames. We really needed that.
I hope Sony loses so much money on this. They're going to, right? Because no one's gonna buy this.
Yeah.
No one's gonna buy this. It's too much money. The upgrade there may as well not even be an upgrade. No one's gonna buy this.
It's an upgrade so minuscule yet so expensive. You will have a better investment if you just buy a computer.
Yeah.
The whole
100%.
point of console gaming is it's supposed to be cheap for the everyman. The $500 consoles are already pushing it.
Yeah.
Already pushing it. That's why, Mike, everyone wants to be like, the Xbox One lost because of blah, blah, blah. No, it's because it was $500 and the PS4 was $400. That was the big thing. Do you want the console that's $100 more or the console that does the same exact thing for $100 less? Now they're both $500. And you're going to offer me a version that's slightly better than the $500 one for $200 more. And the worst part is, if they do what they did, and apparently Xbox was also going to have their mid-console refresh, which, again, I have to ask, what's the point?
What's the point?
There's none.
You know, the consoles themselves are about as powerful as PCs now, more or less. So there's no point in doing that. I know, like, if you're like really deep into PC gaming, like, yeah, you're always going to be upgrading your PC. You're always going to try to get, a new graphics card to make it look nicer, to make things run better. But like, with something like this, you can't even tell there's a difference. There's no need to keep upgrading and upgrading, especially when there is no noticeable upgrade.
No, and no payoff.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but if I showed you, I remember someone pointed this out. If I showed you the difference between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X, they were less than, I want to say, 10 years apart. You'd go, oh my God, that is. You know what? I'll put it on screen. Just so that Dave, do you know what Final Fantasy X looks like?
I don't actually. I know what Final Fantasy VII looks like.
Final Fantasy X. All right, this is one console generation, by the way. Final Fantasy X.
I'm not looking.
This isn't like deep into the PlayStation life cycle either. Okay. This is what 10 looked like.
That's legitimately impressive.
Right. This is what 10 looked like.
Okay.
All right. And I'm sorry. One more second. Release date, just so that Dave gets the point. All right. Just so that you all get the point. All right. 2001. Final Fantasy VII came out in the mid-90s, okay? If I showed you the difference between those two, your brain will explode.
Yeah.
Show that to a consumer, their brain will explode. If I showed you the picture of Spider-Man 2 on the PS5 and Spider-Man 2 on the PS Pro, you'll think I'm BSing you. But then you'll get really mad when I show you Spider-Man on the PS4 and Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and like if I showed that to a random person, they're not gonna get it.
No.
Because there's nothing inherently visually different between the two. It's not paying off anymore.
I mean, this is a whole other can of worms. I think we've kind of plateaued when it comes to realism in gaming.
Yeah.
I don't think we can feasibly get any more realistic looking.
So, and that cycles back. So then why would we bother making a mid-console update when not only do we have barely any games to flex this technology, like, what's the point? You know? Because think about it, like, right, I mean, we were in the last console generation. How many times could we go, oh, that game looks pretty, I have to buy it? In the last console generation alone, we stopped caring 1 to 2 years in.
Yeah, pretty much.
1 to 2 years in, and that was a console generation that lasted, 8-ish years? No, they're still making PS4 games.
Yeah.
It's still going, and we don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
So,
Wait,
I don't.
We don't care anymore. It doesn't work. You can't go, ooh, look at the pretty graphics anymore. If it's like, I can see your left nostril's pores.
Yeah, I think the most recent thing that impressed me. I don't have the game, but I want it. It looks really good. Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
All the footage I've seen of that, the amount of enemies on screen at a single time, legitimately very impressive.
Yeah.
But like that's it. Graphically, I'm like, yeah, it looks like a video game in 2024.
This mofo hasn't even seen a single Dynasty Warriors game yet.
I haven't. No, I haven't. I'll admit, I haven't.
I'm just kidding.
But
no, like,
yeah, graphics don't impress me anymore. They don't.
And the worst part is I don't think it's impressing anyone anymore at this point.
It's very telling that on our award show, the DCM Awards, we have an award for best art style, not best graphics, best art style, because that's what impresses us nowadays. It's art styles is what sell nowadays.
Yeah,
because it's more visually stimulating than realistic looking graphics.
I mean, like, because again, Hi-Fi Rush looks objectively better than literally anything on the market.
Exactly.
That's all, and everyone liked that game. Thanks, Microsoft. Everyone liked it. Yeah, don't buy it.
Don't make Sony lose billions of dollars, please.
Yeah, no.
They deserve it.
Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster coming for the PS5 Pro soon.